What's happening, Xogos Nation? That just sounds too long. X Nation. Yeah, Twitter might go after me for that one. Who cares? X Nation, thank you so much for joining us on this weekly update. Now, as I promised, I would try hard to give you a weekly update so you can tell exactly what's going on with Xogos. Now, most of you that are on this are watching this weekly update are people that have paid for the lifetime membership. And I want to honor that, and I appreciate all the help, support that you've been giving us. So, for that reason, I'm giving you this weekly update, so you know exactly what's going on every week, and we're we're sending it in our newsletter as well. I'm about to blow out my throat, but just so you know, there might be some weeks where I'm not able to give a weekly update. That's just because we are slammed. I personally, myself, not talking about developers and anyone else, I do probably the same amount as like 5 people. So because I have two different businesses, I have to organize both. Now I have a third one, which I'll talk about in just a second. Not a business, an organization, but I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, first off, also I'm not going to be doing much when it comes to production because these weekly updates, again, I'm trying to put it into my timeline. And even today, I just recorded this thing. It was 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden, I tried to put it into my video producer, and it was like, that was the volume, that was the audio. I'm like, darn it, because it was like perfect. It was so great. I probably won't give it justice this time, but anyways, so the production is not going to be top notch, just because I just don't have the time to do it. And I apologize, but at the same time, no apologies, because I can fit it into my day if I just do it this way. Okay, now into the updates. First off, is something that's not happening in this office. It is happening out there in the world, and you might have heard of it. Now, I cannot mention my competitors by name because I'm going to be talking about some things that they might not be happy if I did this, and they might have a lawsuit against me. So without mentioning their names, but you can look it up online in the news. It's everywhere. This one competitor is being sued by everyone. Now, it's not every state that's suing them, but there's literally lawsuits in almost every state going against them, including states and also cities. You've got Louisiana going after them because of one big thing. One big thing. Okay, I'm going to say this very carefully and sometimes somewhat not carefully, but they are not worried about children. They want more people to be on their platform, and then all of a sudden they're making all this money and they're putting all this money towards more people on the platform, but they're not putting any money into the people in their platform. They are not protecting the students on their platform. We're like the total opposite. We want to make sure that the kids are safe. We don't want the kids playing with adults or people that say they're adults and are actually, look at that. Oh, sorry, say that they're kids and are actually adults. We don't want that. They're so interested in money and the growth of the platform that they are not safeguarding the people that are most important. And it's not the adults that are on there. Yes, they might be customers, but they're not the most important because it's the generation that's coming up that is the most important. Of all their customers, they're the ones they should be making safe. Now, that is our intent. We are here to have a clean environment, safe environment, one that the kids can actually learn, have fun. Now, of course, some people might say, well, it's educational games. It can't be that fun. Well, actually, we do 70% fun, 30% educational. And that's why you want to come back, because it's 70% fun. Most of it is fun. And so the more fun you have, the more you're going to keep coming back. Every time you come back, you're going to learn a little bit more and a little bit more. And look at that. You're going to be smarter because you use our system. At the same time, like these other competitors, all of them out there, they want you to be on their screen as much as possible. Why? Because they're monetizing you. Monetizing. Yes, they are making money off of you. All the players, they're making money off of you. They want you to play while their advertisements are showing up, while you're buying all your coins for the cheats. We don't do that again. Our coins are free, except you have to work for them. There's no money changing hands there. If anything, we pay you for those coins. What? Wait a second. How does that make sense? Wait, no. So there's a monthly subscription, which is, or a lifetime membership, which you buy in. But, and there's a big but there. But the thing is, you're getting into the system, you're playing the games, you're earning the coins, and you can convert them to scholarships. Wait a second. Yeah, that's right. So you spent the money to get the subscription. There's no monetization in the system afterwards. Okay, so I pay a one-time fee and I get all that. Yes, you do. And then you can also get scholarships. You will probably walk away from Xogos making more money than you put into it. How does that work in business? Well, let me go into that later on when I talk to you about that organization I was telling you about. But again, we are in a short time period. So let's go for, one other thing about this competitor. Now, even Congress is going after them. What? Yeah, you got the whole state of the federal government breathing down your neck. You have other countries where they actually have on Facebook, you can go on and look at, there's a vaccine for this gaming system. And they have kids galore with Band-Aids on their shoulder showing that they don't like this game system anymore. How cool is that? So we are somewhat banking off of that loss until they make themselves a little bit cleaner, a little bit safer for kids, which they can't do. They can't do with their model that they built upon. Anyways, next, we talked about the lifetime membership. That goes away December 31st. Now, if you're thinking of waiting until December 31st, and most of you already have lifetime memberships, you may forget. January 1st, it goes away. So jump on now, because that money actually supports us. We were going after investors, and then there was a big thing about the investors asking, how do I get my return? Well, there will be a return, but our mission is not on making money, much like all the rest of them are. Our task is to make a clean environment that actually has games that are good for the students and also get them off their screens. And hey, look, a little benefit, you get scholarships from it. How cool is that? Seriously. Okay, now, lifetime membership, please, if you already have a lifetime membership, reach out to your friends, families, associates, people that don't like Roblox. Oh, I'm going to have to bleep that one out. Sorry. That don't like our competitors. This is all about getting the system up and running and making it really, really competitive with all the competitors. Everyone that's out there. Okay. So the next thing, I really need to remember to beep that out when I edit this. The next thing is, now, we are now in, 12 different states? And 12 different states are funding Xogos through historical conquest. So if you go to like Arizona, New Hampshire, Utah, not places like Iowa, North Carolina, and another one, Indiana, I think. They don't allow for video games, or actually any games, to be paid with ESA money, which I can understand. Thank you very much for safeguarding the taxpayer funds. But in the future, we will be working with them to show them how beneficial Xogos Gaming is. Xogos Gaming, again, gets you learning through educational games. It gets you a safe environment. You can do statistics on how people are doing in the games and academically how they're doing. And also we provide scholarships. So why any state wouldn't want all their students, every single student in their state on our system? I don't know. Now, right now I understand that because we're just building. But give it time. Give it a year, maybe two. We're going to have states knocking down on the door because they want their students to get scholarships, and their students will be at a disadvantage if they don't get our scholarships. Yes, they have other scholarship programs out there, but they don't have a merit-based where kids get to earn it throughout their whole academic career and look forward to it and actually know how much they're going to get. And that goes to their universities, that goes to their trade schools, and that goes to their career readiness programs. So I don't think any state will be fighting us once we get this up and running 100%, to have people talking about it everywhere. So there. Okay. Next off, I told you I'd talk about this last week. This is our organization. It's called Innovate the Future. Innovate the Future is now recognized by the IRS as a 501c3. The next status we're going after is called an SGO, a scholarship granting organization. Why that is so important to us? Because an SGO is where we actually have our two departments. We have our primary, our elementary school through high school scholarships. So students can actually come to us and get scholarships for their curriculum, for their services, for their tutoring, all these different things. That provides money for kids that need academic help, especially those that are not in the public schools, not wanting to be in the public schools. If they want to use it for the private schools, they can do that. If they want to use it for historical conquest or Xogos Gaming, they can do that as well. But the thing we're really, really so excited about, now we can do it right now. We can give out scholarships right now. But with an SGO, and wow, there's just too much. I wanted to have this in 10 minutes. It's not happening. Okay, so two more things. We're going to have two more things. Okay, so hold on. For K through 12 studies, all those scholarships are actually donated by donors, whether companies or individuals. Now, individuals can write off $1,700 of their tax bill, their IRS tax bill, by giving us that $1,700. Then they get $1,700 back from their tax bill. So the IRS is giving dollar for dollar money to, not giving money, they're exempting you from giving your money to them, but instead giving it to an SGO. Now, SGO, it has to give 90% of the funds. There's 10% for administrative fees, office fees. How we run our organization is that 10%. But 90% of it goes to students trying to find curriculum and services and things like that, including Xogos. So you can actually get your lifetime membership with that scholarship. Now, that's all coming out. Again, we have $5,000, as I mentioned, for this first release of scholarships. This will be December 31st. Who's going to take advantage of it? There's not many people on our system yet. Good time to jump in. If there's 10 students putting in 10%, they all get $500. That gets put into a bank, the Xogos bank account, which is actually a program on our system. And it will actually show you over your career, your academic career, how much scholarships, how much in scholarship money you've been able to accumulate. Okay. There's so much more I can tell you about Innovate the Future, but I'm out of time. So really fast, we are now going into Panic Attack. Now, this is what's great. We should have Panic Attack up and running by the end of the year. Beta test at least. We're also hoping to have Geotag as well in beta form by the end of the year. So you'll be able to play the 4 games we already have, plus those games. This is really exciting. We're going to have 6 games by the end of the year. Within months, within a few years, we're hoping to have a few hundred games on the system. All academic, all educational games. But again, if they don't meet the 70% fun, 30% educational, they don't get on our system. Or such. It all depends on the user to say, oh, this is not 70% fun. Well, okay. So, bear with me. But Panic Attack is getting there. We are actually being able to test it now, where we can actually see scenes in the system. So, thank you so much for joining us. I've got to go to a meeting because I ran over on time. But I will talk to you soon. This meeting is actually on Panic Attack, so I'll give you an update next week. Thanks again. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.